The lightsaber is one of the most instantly recognizable movie weapons out there. While it's changed a bit over the years, it also stayed the same. When you think of Star Wars, you probably also think of one of the most iconic science fiction weapons ever invented. The lightsaber is flashy, elegant, and instantly recognizable. The sleek beam weapon is better than any handheld blaster. It's only natural they evolved alongside their ever-expanding galaxy, but even still, something about their appeal remains fundamentally unchanged. Here are some ways a lightsaber has stayed the same. Starting off is that lightsabers still can't cut through everything. The cutting power of a lightsaber is tremendous. They're shown to carve just as easily through metal as they do through flesh, and the heat of the blade is so intense that it cauterizes wounds as it passes through them, which is lucky for Luke when he lost his hand. But there are some materials in the galaxy that can resist a lightsaber strike. Mandalorian Beskar and the gauntlets of the elite Praetorian Guard can deflect a slashing blow. The hide of the extinct Zelo beast can resist lightsabers as well, though it's very rare. In most cases, lightsaber resistant armor is difficult to acquire and is rarely used by common soldiers. So even though the lightsaber is an overpowered weapon, it still has its drawbacks. As the lightsaber is a unique weapon, nevertheless, its main purpose hasn't changed at all. It's mainly used for defense or offense in combat. The offensive powers of a lightsaber are clear and uncontested. Their ability to cut through most material makes them nearly unparalleled in combat, as the only weapon that can deflect their blows are another energy weapon, primarily other lightsabers. They are also significantly more powerful when used in conjunction with the Force. There are 7 established forms of lightsaber combat developed by the Jedi Order, from the most basic Form 1 taught to all recruits to the unstable and rarely mastered Form 7. Those particularly skilled in lightsaber combat and in the Force can also use their blades defensively. Forms 3 and 4 are specifically defense focused and can be used to deflect incoming projectiles and blaster fire, and Form 5 can be used to reflect the same blaster fire back at the attacker, combining offensive and defensive in the same maneuver. Now, something that has been a long tradition and probably won't change is building your own lightsaber. This isn't technically a requirement to wield a lightsaber. After all, Luke manages to use Anakin's lightsaber just fine before he gets his hand cut off. But when he builds his own lightsaber in episode 6, Luke finally comes into his own as a real Jedi Knight. It's not hard to assume that the discipline needed to construct a lightsaber is also important in learning the principles of the Jedi. In more recent canon, Jedi in training have been shown to harvest their own kyber crystals in order to build a weapon unique to their Force signature. I think it's better that you have to build your own lightsaber than just get handed one. I mean, you harvested the crystal that spoke to you, gathered the materials, and then connected with the Force to put it all together. It's a much more fascinating way, and there's a sense of pride and accomplishment when you build it yourself. It's accustomed to you, and it's yours. You put in time and effort, and you weren't just handed down something. You are connected to it. It's an extension of you. Another thing that I'm certain that will never change is the amazing sound of a lightsaber. The excitement, tension, and the beautiful sound of the hum just hits right. The sound design of a lightsaber is second to none. Not only are they glowing swords, but they're glowing swords that hum and buzz in a way that really makes you feel their power. The sound effect was developed by Ben Burtt using a combination of idling movie projector motors and television set interference. Every part of the lightsaber sound is incredible. The idle buzz, the hum as it moves through the air, and the crash as two blades meet. Even just the sound of one activating stays with you long after you watch the movie. And don't tell me you haven't caught yourself or pretended something was a lightsaber and started making the humming sounds. And something that will undoubtedly never change is just how lightsabers are super cool. Everything about the lightsaber combined makes it one of the coolest sci-fi weapons ever to exist. So many children are swinging around light-up telescoping lightsabers even more than 4 decades after the first movie's release. Disney reported that it sells more than 10 million toy lightsabers every year. Lightsabers mix the romantic, swashbuckling energy of a sword fight with excellent visual and sound design. They come in many colors and shapes, so each one is unique. They let people join a side just by picking a color, and they conveniently stow themselves away for travel. They are the definitive Star Wars prop, and that won't ever change.